In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to create this realistic block of flats exterior render in Blender and Cycles. Let's get started. Okay, we'll start by lighting up our scene with HDRI. Now in the shading editor, we are in object space. So we have to switch to world space, which is this. Now I already brought up you know, a HDRI from Polyheaven, and this one is Autumn Field 8K. Now, first of all, I want to activate my, Node Wrangler add-on. So you come to this Edit, Preferences, Add-on, you type Node, activate it. It's a very useful. So be looking at this place. This is where the shortcut will be displaying. So what I will do, first of all, I usually do a setup that will separate the background from the rest of the scene. I will show you in a minute. So the first thing I usually do is to, let's say, Shift A, then Miss Shader. Then duplicate this, you understand, then add a light path. So using the first option, which is camera ray, once I put it in the factor, it has separated the background from the light affecting the rest of the scene. Now I can plug in my HDRI in this background. Plug it here and plug it here. You understand? So the sun coming from the HDRI is too harsh. So remember we activated a node wrangler before. So if you click on this HDRI and press Ctrl T, it will add a mapping node, and if you want to rotate the HDRI, this is where you do it, rotation under Z. But however, I need to introduce something like a box, you understand. Then I will scale it, let's say SZ, to scale it up. This will help me determine where my SS, make it a little bit narrow, XY, to scale it on the Y direction, make it tiny. Now from this, I already know that the sun is coming from this angle, from the right to the left, somewhere around here, but I want it to come like this. So what I will do is I will rotate, let's say 60. You see it's facing like this. Let's say 90. Now I like the direction where this sun is facing. Instead of coming from this side, it is now coming from this side. So I'm happy with this. I can delete this helper, right? Notice that the sun coming from this HDRI, like I said before, is too harsh. So I will introduce a gamma. And reduce it. 0.85 works for me the most. You understand? This is fine. So this works all the time for me. So if I want to increase, I can always come here and increase, like everything will be increasing. It will be increasing, simultaneously. All right, so if I will need to desaturate it again. So I can say, let's say 0.5, because I don't want so much color from this HDRI to be affecting the scene because it's too blue. So this is how to reduce it. Now for the one affecting just the sky, I will introduce another gamma, put it at, let's say, 1.2, right? Now to give it more contrast, notice it has become more contrasty. Then I can just add just a little bit of color. I think 1 is fine, you see. So I can increase this, let's say, to like 1.2 or 1.4. I think 1.4 is not bad. Now we are done with the HDRI. We are done with our HDRI, so we can go to object. Now for this, I want to first of all give these things the overall color that I would like to apply on this model. Like this one, I'm putting something like a wood, so this one, I'd like to give it a darker color, right? Like so. So this one, maybe give it something like, let's say, red, something like so. This one, give it something like gray, something like gray. Then this one is gray, something like this. So this is the overall color I intend to give to this scene, right? Now I want to start with the one that has a major color. Let me switch my camera. So this is the one that has the major color in it. So I will start with that one. Once I click, so what I came with is roughness, because I just want it to be plain white, and this one now is going to be the bump, that's the normal. So once I plug this to the roughness, and plug this to the normal, so I want you to notice something, please. Anytime you bring in textures that does not have color information, always go to color space and change it from sRGB to non-color. That way you get the best. It will give you the best color space for it. The same thing goes to this normal. So I will plug this normal to normal and normal to this. So this is for the white. If you notice, I already have my the what is it called again? The bump is now shown, right? For this. So let me do the same for this one. The same thing, just come here. This one already have a normal map, right? Just to plug it here, color space. Like I said before, always look at this color space for normal and for roughness. Anything that doesn't have color in it, so it has to be. I don't know why this one is not showing. Yeah. This guy is not showing. I'm coming. Let me do something. I have to change this on my map. This color then from normal to normal. Anyways, so for this one, this one now, this dot, it has to be black. Let me remove this first, the normal, because I just want it to be pure black. So it's a metal, I have to push it all the way, right? Then something around 0.6 is fine. Yeah, it's coming out. Let me dim this one a little bit. This white, let me still go up. Yeah, I think I like it like this. Oh, it's coming out. Look at it. Yeah, it is there. I don't know why it did not affect this anyway. Maybe I did not. Okay. Maybe I did not apply. I did not UV wrap it. Anyways. For this one, I may have to separate or anyway, let me just leave it like that. So for this one, that's the light. I will have to change it to black, something darker. And of course, for the light emission, I will have to give it more intensity, like let's see, say 5. It's not bad, or 10, or 30. Yeah, not bad. But I think 3 is fine. Okay. Let me see if I can do manual unwrapping for this. For these ones that doesn't have the UV, because I want this bump information just the way it is here. I want it to be on this one too. So I'll click on this one first. You understand? Then I'll press tab. It will switch to, edit mode, right? So if it is not selected, let's say it is not selected, all you need to do is to press A to select everything, press U, then come to Smart UV Project, unwrap it. You understand? Now you will start seeing that bump information, except that it is too much. So all I need to do is to come to this UV space, press A again to select everything, so I can scale it up. So the bigger I go, the smaller this thing is. So I have to eyeball it, look at this and eyeball it to know the extent, so that they will maintain the same bumpy size, right? So I think this is okay. This is not bad. Yeah, I think it's fine. So I can just press tab again. So the only thing I need to do now is there is what we call copy attributes. Now, if you want to copy, because this one doesn't have it and this one has UV map now. If I want to copy the attributes from this one now to the ones that doesn't have it, there is an add-on that helps you do that in Blender. So if you come to edit, preferences, add-on, then come to copy attributes menu, this. right? Activate it. So now what you how to do it is you have to select the ones you want to copy to, which is this and this. The reason why you are not seeing, any sign of um selection is because I deactivated this. So I don't want it to be interfering. So that was why I deactivated it here, right? So, but if you want to know, if I select something, I want to know that it's actually selected. This is where to I kind of know. So you have to select the ones that doesn't have the attributes and select the one you want to copy the attributes from last. So all you need to do is to press Ctrl L, copy UV maps. It should copy now. It didn't copy. I don't know why, which means I'll have to do them manually again. Come to tab A, U, Smart UV Project, right? You see them here. It should be showing now. Yeah, it is showing now. I think this is fine. So we are good on that angle. So I'll press 0, numpad 0 to activate the camera again. Then I'll press home. It will kind of position it the right way. Okay, so for this guy, I think the color I intend to use is deeper than this. Maybe you just go a little bit deeper just to give me um that idea. So for the door, I intend to use something dark brown, like so. Of course, I have to be saturated. Something dark brown. The essence of this is to give you an idea of what the end product will be, right? So, okay, first of all, for this guy, the neighboring building. So I intend to give it something like something reddish brown. I think I need to give it a bright color. Or see, I think this is not bad. Something like this is not bad. All right, so this one, let me just give it. I don't intend to give it any detail because these are objects that are a little bit far away from the scene. So this one I can just give it a lighter color, like so, right? Let me desaturate it a bit because I want something new. I mean, off-white, something closer to off-white. Something closer to off-white is fine. Okay, so I think this is fine. For this guy, why is it showing me no? Concrete. Why is this still showing me this? Okay, I'm separating this now. Let me just separate it from the normal color. So if I press, because all of them are sharing the same thing now, but if I press this number, I will make this a unique unique color, right? Should I give it metal? Make it metal, please. Then make it a little bit rough. Raise this one a bit so that it can be seen. Right. So Yeah, the black is fine. I like it to black. For this AC, it has been entering my eyes. This is just showing black. So I'll just give it its texture, you know. What is this? So this is normal. So just come to non-color and shift A to bring the menu, then search for normal map, color to color, then plug it. Good. This is fine. So for this guy, for the ceiling, which is this, I can just I don't know. I can just say give it white. Just give it white, pure white. Pure white is fine. And okay, pure white is fine. So but then it has affected this. So what I intend to do here is um I will need to click on this guy and click on this slab, right? Then press Ctrl L and link material. No. Link material. Yes, they are now the same. Now that link material has to do with, like I explained before, I copied the materials here to this side, right? So that is it for that one. So if I come to this marble and I'll just base color to base color, look at it. I can just, for the roughness, I can just non-color as usual, plug the roughness to roughness. By the way, these textures, majority of these textures, in fact, all of these textures are coming from, well, let me say majority, they are coming from Quasar Bridge, right? Megascan. So that is where these textures are coming from. Most of the textures anyway. Alright, numpad 0 to set my camera again, then press home. I think it is time to texture this guy. So if I take it to be black, you see that it has one material. All the rail handles have one material. So what I intend to do, I intend to give it metal, maybe something around, the roughness should be around. Mind you, roughness, once you take it to 0, it becomes highly reflective. If you take it to 1, it becomes rough. So you need to find a balance. So I think somewhere around 0.3, 0.35 is fine. Meanwhile, I'll make this thing closer to white because I want it to be chromy brush kind of, right? So obviously the metallic has to be white. Okay, yeah. So for this glass, listen, the setup is kind of unique. First of all, it doesn't use the regular, although I can actually do it, but for the learning purpose, I want to use This is principal BSDF, and from this I can get a glass, because if you take this it becomes completely opaque. If you take this it becomes completely transparent. This alpha, right? So you can also do that in transmission, where let's say this is completely opaque. If I come to this transmission, raise the weight, you understand, it works almost the same thing. But I don't intend to use, sometimes you can use it that way, but I don't intend to use it that way, right? So if I delete this guy, it's showing black because it no longer has any material information whatsoever. So Shift A, I'll press glass BSDF. Once I plug it, right? So this is glass. And there is this setting I normally do. Like if it is for a stereo, there's no problem with this. You can leave it like this. But I think the first person that is playing this thing is Blender Guru. You understand? When there's this interior way back that he did, architectural interior like that, you know, he was the first person I saw doing that. So what it does is that it will reduce more like the calculation, like the way it is, it gives cycles much trouble calculating, because it will calculate the caustics, the shadow, whatever. But there's a way to bypass that. First of all, once you say Shift A, apply Mist Shader, then bring in Transparent. You understand this, and introduce what we call Light Path again. This guy is a very powerful node, Light Path. Then from this is Shadow. If you plug it to the factor, it will treat this thing as transparent. Of course, you'll be seeing the reflection and all that, but it will no longer give Blender, you know, that tough time trying to calculate. So if you want to add color to this, because I intend to add color to tint this glass, there is a node called Volume Absorption. This guy. Once you click on it, look at volume to volume. Once you put it, nothing happens yet. So I want to take it to, like, let's see, maybe somewhere around, you know, this gray. Then push. The more you go higher, the more it will be reflecting. Let's say 30. Let's see, 40. Let me even go a little bit darker, because I want this guy really dark. Right? Yeah. So this is it. Oh, let me even go a little bit darker. Yes, I want it something like this is fine. All right. So for this regular glass, it's still the same thing, right? I'll just, let me click on this, copy these guys, Ctrl C, and come to this, delete this guy, Ctrl V, right? So this one goes to the surface as the regular glass. Then for the volume now, put volume, it will be black, but I don't want it so. So what I intend to do here is like, let's say raise it and give it more like, you know, blue green tint or so, and, you know, reduce it a little bit, reduce the color a little bit until it becomes almost like nothing, right? There's a curtain behind, so the curtain is opaque, it doesn't really mean. All right, we are making progress. So for this oh, let me first of all add the base color. Walnut, so specular. Why is it not showing? Okay, I think it is showing here. So specular is highly reflective. So I want to see this here. So color ramp. First of all, make this the non-color. I think like this is fine, right? So Control Shift and click. Yes, I can see it now. So for this normal, go to normal and make sure you switch this non-color because it's a normal. So put it here. Well, not bad. So for this guy, I intend to like give it brightness a little bit. So I will use curve, RGB curve. Now this curve, if I bring it down, it becomes darker. It makes my texture becomes darker. If I take it up, it makes it lighter, right? So I think somewhere around here is fine. I like it like so. So it shouldn't be that dark. Let me take it up a bit to be a little bit brighter. So yeah, this is fine. So for this, come here, plug the material. So this one, I will make it darker. So I'll use that RGB curve again. Makes it easier for me to darken any material. Just gently drag it. Gently drag it until you meet what you're looking for. So it's becoming too dark. It's becoming too dark. I think this is fine. Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. So for this, I can add this. Let me put a color ramp to add more contrast, to define this. Control Shift for it to show me this. Remember, the way it is, it will be more like mid rough. If you want it to be absolutely rough, make the black dominate, right? If you want it to be absolutely rough, make the white dominate. So you just have to find balance in the middle. I think something like this is not bad. Yeah. So let me now introduce the defining factor that will give the detail, which is the bump, right? Now non-color. I'll say Shift A, vector bump. So color to height, normal to normal. I can raise this to like, see, 2. You see, I can raise this to like, oh, this is too much. 0, 2. This is not bad. This is not bad. So I will just reduce it from here, 0.4. But this is way reflective, so I have to, think this is fine. For this, let's see, 0.6. Let me even try the one. I want to see that bump like well defined, because bump most of the times gives the surface some kind of detail that makes it pop, makes it realistic, right? I'm still not happy with this. It's kind of highly reflective. So okay. This is fine. Oh no, this is not fine. Okay. What I'll do is let me just use this. Push this thing here. Let me just use this one. Oh, this is way worse. But let me just try to manipulate it and see. Why is this thing taking my time? Oh, let me see. It has a uniform reflection now, and I don't want that. This is not bad. So I think let me just darken this in a little bit. All right, I'm leaving it that way, please. Moving on. Okay, let me texture this glass. I noticed that I've not textured it yet. So it's still the same thing with this one. You understand? So what I will do is click on this, copy it again, come to this one, because once you click it, the material properties will show. So I'll click Ctrl V to paste it. First of all, I will put this shader to surface, of course, then add this to volume. So it becomes almost the same thing. But then what I will do now is I will have to darken it more, because I want this one to be darker. Right? So let's say even raise it to like, let's say 70. Good. To the point that it will no longer allow you to see things behind, right? I'm even tempted to do so with this one too. Let's say maybe to like let me try the 17, see. Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. I want you to look at this. It is now reflecting, you see the reflection, the HDRI in the background, the picture is reflecting on the rail. So by the time I will introduce some things on the background, hopefully this, that's what defines the realism too. It will now start picking up those oh. All right, moving on. So for this guy, let me even show you. For this, I have a texture here. Oh no. Yes, this is it. I think I will have to copy this because it's on the wrong slot. It's supposed to be on the slot too, which is this guy, you see. So since camera is not really showing there, so I wouldn't want to waste my time trying to give born, because either way these places I'm only going to put flowers. You understand? Then front of here I will introduce cars and all that. Okay, so for this, let me numpad 0 again. Let me press home to position. So for here, let me start putting the let me first of all put the base color, right? This is the base color, and for the roughness, change from sRGB to non-color. Notice only the base color has to be sRGB. So push it to metal, to roughness. The same thing is applicable to this, right? So this one, oh, I will have to, because this is too big. Okay, let me define the details. Introduce normal map, then change from sRGB to non-color, color to color, then normal, plug it to normal, right? So what I will do is to just press on this, press tab, press U, because U is for UV. It's either you press U or you come here, this UV, and press Smart UV Project, unwrap. It has projected it for me. All I need to do is to come here, look at the way it is now. Come here, press A, and start scaling it up. The bigger I go, the smaller this thing becomes. Let me still go a little bit big. So I want it to be a little bit smaller, smaller, smaller. Something like this is fine. It's fine. I may have to increase the bump. Okay, now let's work on this, the one with color. All right. It is simple. We'll start with the base texture. Yeah, I may have to darken it a little bit with curve. Yeah, with curve. Once you push it to the right, you are darkening the texture. I think something like this is fine. I intend to mix it with the color, right? So what I will do is, mix color. Now it has 50% of white and 50% of this texture, but I want to extract this color, this reddish color, and put it down here, right? So I'll plug this one back again. So it is now giving me the combination of those two colors. So I can, if I push it to 1, it will give me completely this color and mask out this one. If I go to the extreme, you'll realize that it is graying out this, so which means this one is no longer in effect. But I can, sorry, what is this? Sorry, I can maybe move it around 7.5. That's the factor. To have more of the red. You know what? Let us take a different approach. Um, let me remove this. Let me remove these textures first, right? Let me use this. So what I'll do is I will use just this texture. I mean this mist color. What I'll do is that I will darken this a little bit. Then use this texture here as the factor dividing the two. So now you realize that we have variety, more like darker shade, which is this and this. So which means where we have white, it will reveal the darker one. Where we have um, black, it will reveal the B. That's A and B. So I can actually still use this for my bump. It's just a matter of putting bump here and putting this guy on the height. You know, let me remove this guy. So with this, if I plug it here now, notice we'll have the bump. So I think I will have to increase this distance too. But don't go crazy with this distance, right? Don't go crazy with it, because if you go crazy, you will get something that is not realistic. I think let me just go with 1.5, because the strength of the bump is already at 1. I think this is not bad. Then let us texture this now. This one. So as usual, we put the base color. I may have to still reduce the size. I may have to reduce it. So remember what I did earlier. Just press tab. Everything is already selected. Just press A here, or even let's say A here, press U, Smart UV project. Then I'll start scaling, right? I can even arrow 90 so that I will change the direction of the pattern. I can even increase it some more so that we'll have a smaller okay, I think oh no, so something like this is not bad. I think this is not bad. So what I need to do now is to brighten it just a little bit. Curve. So just a little bit brightening. Yeah, something like that is fine. So let me plug in the roughness. No, has to be on the roughness, and the bump, that's the normal. Normal map. Put it here. Remember to change the color space. Then plug this. You can see the bump. Yeah, I like this. Okay, I think I need to play with this a little bit. Color ramp. Okay, I need to play with this just a little bit. I need to. Okay, let me see. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, I think I like it. We are making progress actually. I may have to increase the intensity of this bump and see. I need it. Wow, I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So let's. This is not bad. This is not bad. Okay. We are making progress. Now it's time to introduce what is it called again? Our greenery. I have placed some greens on the where they're supposed to be. You know, this is fern. So if you want me to show, okay, let me just show you how to texture a typical plant, right? Now let me delete everything and show you how to texture a typical plant. I want you to pay attention, please. It is not a rocket science, actually. All right. No. Okay. So first of all, this is, of course, this is the way you make it. Sorry. You have a typical gray color, right? Now I will start by plugging in the base color, right? Base color to the base. I will have the regular color here. Now this is the roughness. I'll put in the roughness to where the roughness belong. Then for the normal, there should be a normal map. There should be a normal map. Where is it? Okay, the normal map. Plug in the normal map. This is the translucency. So this is where the work begins now. Pay attention. So for you to texture a typical plant or greenery material whatsoever, so what you need to do is to shift A you put add shader, this guy, then shift A, translucent, because obviously you need a translucent, so translucent BSDF, plug it to the second add shader. You'll notice that this thing is white, has become white. This translucency has kicked in because we are trying to combine both of them. But then if I use this normal here, put the normal, then carry this translucency, plug it to translucency, that's the color. You notice that there's a little bit of change, but you realize that yet the translucency is still overpowering the, you know, the whole um the whole color. So in order to balance things now, you introduce a mix shader node, right? So this whole thing, we are going to be mixing this whole thing with the base color. So what I need to do on the add shader, bring it down, this guy, take it here. There will be some sort of balance now, right? Now this factor, if I push it to the extreme, we have all of translucency. If I push it to here, you have just principled BSDF. Now it has lost its translucency. So I think sometimes you may need to play around with it, but I think half it works fine. That 0.5 works fine for both of them. So now I need a transparent an opacity map to like define the real shape of this plant. So in order to do that, you still bringing in another mist shader, right? Now you introduce, because this mist shader, the one here has to go down, then transparent BSDF. Honestly, I don't know the science behind this, but it works. Now this thing, now this is our opacity map, right? The moment I plug this to the factor, it will define, you see, it has defined. Now look at the way it is before I introduce the opacity. Now look at it after opacity. So this is the way I texture a typical plant. So I will unhide, let me even see before I lose this guy. So this is, I will just unhide all of it, right? This is it. This is exactly how I textured all of it. So I'm gradually unhiding all of them. This sample tree, I think, let me unhide it. Then let me also unhide this, right? Good. I think I need to remove the shadow, is still much on this. So I may have to do something here. Okay, so Okay, the scene has now become really heavy, so um let me arrange it the way it should be. I'll come back. Okay, I just corrected it, right? So now I already have cars. You understand? Um, it's just a question of cars, series of cars that I've placed in front of this front of the building. Actually, well, look at the cars. As I unhide it from the collection, but then this is too heavy, so I will see you. Okay, but before then, let me show you my render output. Come to this output. Under the resolution of 640 by 800, I can raise it, let's say, by 400%. Then for the render settings, nothing much. Under not Okay, under render now, I will just put it at 256. That's the mass sample. So even though I'm not rendering animation, I usually click this persistent data. Then that is all. See you after the render. Okay, this is the final render, right? This is it. Um, yeah. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.